Molweni, sanibonani, dumelang, thobela. The program here to enter le, we are not lost. It's called Ebuhlanti. We are here to discuss issues that are affecting men in our communities. Enye yezinto esokhuluma ngazo kakhulu yindlela abesifazane abahlukunyezwa ngakhona emakhaya. Siyabona ukuthi eSouth Africa kunzima, abamama basakhuluma basalwa ukuthi asibaphathi kahle emakhaya. Kodwa ngihambi ngedwa ke, nabantu engihamba nabo abazi kangcono ngale subject. My panelist bazozi-introduce ukuthi bangobani, and then from there singene kwi discussion yethu. Sanibonani madoda. Masiqale ngapha uBrabet ngiyamazi siyamazi, but ngicela nje introduce kubantu abalalele emakhaya.
Thank you, comrade. Dumelang gents, who's it? Right, naki Patrick Shai. I'm happy to be here, Ebuhlanti. Kadi Chandis Tamachita. And I'm hoping for ringa openly the problems the buyer. Tamachita Ashabaning it's all. So, Panda wins, da, Kimonohore, Rakatusana Jua. Etada, getting on your blind. Little Nabalinko Madladen, getting on your blind. Please, little Wale, little Rumele, the problems Taluna, the Tohona Litusa. Gender-based violence must stop, and Ikala Kana Luena. Pincham.
Sure, Brabet. Ninjani madoda. Mina Bongane Ngomane. I'm the member of Social Development Men's Forum. I'm part of government, but I'm happy to be here. Ebuhlanti hostwa ubaba Professor Dyasi. Sizokhuluma namuhla. Brabet uthi khuluma ndoda.
Khuluma ndoda.
Siyakhuluma namuhla. Thank you.
Doda. Madoda.
Mina ke nginguJebuhlanti Mdlalose. Abaningi ke bayangazi ke ku-Amdo ke ngo-1972. Bengazi ukuthi manje futhi ingqalabutho zika TV2 no TV3 yimina lo. Kodwa ke namhlanje na ngize lapha komunye umkhakha lapho sengiza khona sengumgcodo.
My name is Rev Mdlalose. I'm a pastor at Identity Church in Johannesburg. We deal with a lot of addiction-related issues and about finding your identity in Christ.
Thank you very much. Kunombuzo sifuna ukubuza namhlanje. And siyathemba ukuthi sonke lana sizokwazi ukuphendula lo mbuzo. We just want to pose this question. We can see that in our country there is movement, there are activities. We are addressing gender-based violence, especially violence against women and children. But it seems as if there is something stuck here somewhere, because on a daily basis, our mama bayakhala, our stats are going up. And we want to know today, what is the problem? Zishangani majita, why singakwazi ukuyilwa lempi? Mhlambe ipanel yami ngasho nje ukuthi what is really happening? Why it seems as if we are not winning this battle, especially violence against women and children. Maybe let me start with Brabet.
Na kinagana gore majita haba turinga. Majita reportile dilo tse baya. Re tshwana le botlolo la Coca-Cola wa shake. Ali bulega fela la pamoka. So it's one of the reasons why re sa kgone to address the issue of gender-based violence. Because I believe now, when you violate somebody else, it is you, it is because when not yourself, you are violated. So you're taking it out on a person who's less powerful than you. Remember, it's a bully mentality. So the bully wants to bully somebody they can bully. A bully never beats up somebody else. And I always say, my colleagues, it's very funny that Hamachita anali kotla kospoto mo kodimolo oka khatam jita, you are the first one to say sorry out here. But media why chuntes flopunyane, you are so unforgiving. So there is something wrong kangondo ya rona majita. It's not that we are not able to solve a deal without violence. Yeah. So, but also I think it's the way re godiswang ka teng re na le entitlement e baya. We think and we believe re owner dimedi by virtue of so many things that are decided by culture. Now we are socialized. Okay. But akujang re tlo reng ko khuluma ndoda re na le slogan nyana se se re khuluma
Ndoda.
khuluma
Ndoda.
ndoda
Khuluma.
ndoda
Khuluma.
asiringeni singaringi ngama-candlelight singaringi ngeyibhamu nento ezisnacks. Thank
you very much. Before nje siye ebreakini, just to ubaba uNgomane asho nje ukuthi mhlambe what is the problem, why are we not winning this, then after that sizobheka ebreakini ezivenkileni.
No, mina Prof, the way ngibona ngakhona i-problem kokuqala mangisho ukuthi ngiyavumela no Praphet. But another factor is that we are a society that does not know the definition of peace. You see, umuntu makakhuluma nge-peace, you know, see peace and love, but what is peace? We don't have that discussion, even esikolweni, even emakhaya. So that is why then our relationships are not relationships that are defined by peace. So before nje ngena kuma solutions, I'm saying that is the biggest problem. Whatever we do, the subject, the concept peace ayiveli. Sure nilanga ungakhulumanga ngepeace, but ukhuluma ngenyuku, wakhuluma ngabochere, wakhuluma ngokuphanda, yabo. But this important subject, so amadoda, they don't have inner peace, so they can't give the peace to society. Same nabo mama futhi, because amadoda njalo we are trashing them. Same nabo mama, they don't have peace, and therefore it's difficult for them to give you peace, because amadoda, Prof, are abuser physical, abo mama ba abuser verbal. So we need to have a discussion to say yini peace in a relationship.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ngomane. Ngoku ke sizawuya ebreakini, xa sibuye ebreakini sizokhuluma nepanelist yethu eseleyo, Prof Mdlalose phaya, and then sinikeze ke ne-audience yethu ibe nayo into eyiphawulayo. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Welcome to Ebuhlanti. Sisabuza lo mbuzo omnye. Ingaba konakelephi? Why are we seem not to win this battle, especially violence against women and children? Babu Mdlalose, mhlambi khona into noyisho.
Yebo, mangisho mina ukuthi umbuzo wami ulula nje, madoda, ilahleke yipi? Ngizwile nje ikhulumi zibeka nje ngobuciko bokuthi mhlawumbe uthando komunye, uthando komunye. Mina ngifuna ukuthi sibuyele ekubeni ubaba. Igama elithi baba is not harsh, nice, soft and tender. And then when you say baba, you are talking to somebody who has got a dignity that is being encumbered by responsibility. I'm not condoning the anger, but I don't entertain that umaungu baba, you must be a lion. And the love must come from ubaba. Ithina umama aze ashintshe attitude nezwi liphakame, it's because nawe ungene nge-attitude. So mina ngifuna ukuthi madoda masibuyele ngesizulu esilula nje, masibuye masisweni. Umuntu nomuntu athathe isithunzi sakhe soba yini ubaba. Ngiyazi obaba babengasineki, nathi masingasineki kodwa masibe obaba. Yilawo mazwi ami ukuthi kodwa umbuzo mithi ilahleke phi? That's my question.
I think we lose out on what it means to be a man. I think that a lot of us are taught from a young age through movies, through television, through the media, through examples set to us, and sometimes it's not good examples that are set for us as young men. We grow up with a granddad who's got an alcohol problem. We grow up with a dad who is maybe absent. We grow up with role models that aren't always very good for us, and the media doesn't help. We don't go and get help for the underlying issues that we've got. We don't go get help for the anger that we've got inside. We don't go get help for the substance abuse problem that we have. We don't go get help for the rejection issues. And like my colleagues have mentioned, there are all these issues underlying. It takes away from our value as being men. And we never find that peace inside. We never find that peace, and we take it out on everyone around us. So I think that's where we get stuck. We don't identify and deal with the root causes of what is going on.
Thank you very much. I'm sure nani madoda ninayo into eninokuyiphawula ngoba sonke sifuna ukuyazi ukuthi yeyiphi indlela enokwenziwa much better than ngendlela esenza ngayo manje ngoba every day kunama cases. Mhlambe masizwe kwi-audience ukuthi mhlambe nina niyibona kanjani yonke lonto, but feel free also to share your own experiences. Masizwe kuwe baba, nayo microphone.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. The journey of a million miles starts with the first step. And I'm proud to say that as Masi Koke Men and Boys Forum, we started with this campaign that says #Kiariken. It simply says that we half the battle is won, because right now, right here, we are discussing issues about men. And I'm encouraged that 2 weeks back, I tweeted into Sacred Space and gave out my cell number. And you'll be amazed how many men and women who were seeking help on behalf of their husband, and men who are willing to talk. Right now, I'm in constant contact with people around the provinces. So we are on the right track. I mean, the first step is to talk about our issues as men, as you are doing right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's get another participant with a different t-shirt. Yes. Ngicela ngapha baba. Sharp.
Bonani. Yeah, Mina, I'd like to talk more on what Ubrapedi has said. Ukulu. It's not only the victim who must speak or the culprit, but I'm saying ukuthi mina ngikhulume nontanga. Yabona, ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi untanga ushawuchira every single day. Especially after mina I've bought a beer for him. So studying lento social exclusion. Untanga makashaya icheri angaskimi thina, makaskimi abantu abashaya icheri. Bali babota. You see? And then this thing, it's not, you know, lento le ama organizations and all that. Hey, Louis, for years I grew up mina with my parents bangene kulento zama NGOs yabo. But I've never seen this part, gender-based violence winning. It has never won. I've never seen change, because the very same time mbona bayo match ala mo fruit money lawo. Kusasa uyo tagiwe on Friday shout chirwaki. The very same big brand. You see, so we need to, angazi ngayithatha sise, but we need to change it all over nje, the whole program. Already getting.
Thank you so much. Ngizobuya ngize kuma guest asho ukuthi wona bona kanjani. Masiya kuwe bhuti, you are the last person.
Sanibonani madoda.
Doda.
Eish. Indoda. Ina responsibility. Lekama indoda. And namhlanje asina madoda. Why singena madoda is because amadoda ahlukumeza abantu besifazana. So for the fact yokuthi there is gender-based violence, then it means ukuthi there's absenteeism of amadoda. Kunento abathi moral regeneration. Amadoda esinawo namhlanje awanama morals, and that's a very contributing factor. Alcohol abuse comes as a result of lack of morals. Ukushaya umfazi comes as a lack of our morals. I've been listening to what you've been saying, and I've been picking up as an instant. You spoke of lack of peace. In our relationships today, we don't look to compliment your partner. You look for mistakes. Mawathola, Bab Isaac uyashaya, Bab Patrick uyashaya. The generation yam slimele as a result of i-domestic violence esibonile. So an example right for amadoda ayikho. You ask umntwana omncane who's your role model, they should easily say ubaba, but because ubaba akanazo lezi zinto lezi abantwana abasifunayo, so singakhuluma. Mina namhlanje I'm here to say ukuthi ngikhula under domestic violence bengicover. My mother wabaleka ngina 3 years, wangishiya nesiswabona 3 months. Sakhuliswa baba. Umama wabaleka because she was physically, emotionally and psychologically abused. Wangishiya in that relationship. I had to grow nalezi zinto lezo. Ziba na yiphi impact kuwe esumntwana ukhula. So into engibonile esilekayo sihlulwa replace.
Thank you very much. Ama out ayayibeka lento ayasho ukuthi there is a problem. Masibuya ezitolo sizobuya sikhulume no Brapet mhlambe sizwe ukuthi uthini yena. Madoda. Thank you very much. Masibuya besithembisile ukuthi sizobuza uBrapet ukuthi uthini yena ngezinto esenda ukukhulunywa ngamajita, and then masinathi isikhathi sibuze nama guest ethu ukuthi bona bathini. Mhlambe before siye ku way forward make siphinde futhi ke sikhulume Brapet ukuthi nangamajita ayakhuluma ucabanga ukuthi wena mhlambe kungenziwa ini.
I've listened. I wish we could say our names are so we could relate to each other. The last speaker, Uputi, spoke about exposure to domestic violence, and he also did indicate ya affectana as you grow. It alters your perspective, your life and relationships. But I need to ask questions. I'm hoping to hear this. Bongane Ngomane spoke about the absence of love and peace in our relationships. Now, here's a question that I'm going to ask, and anyone can answer that question. Because if we don't ask the right questions, we'll talk the whole day, the campaigns will run, and we'll be talking about this and that. Here's my question, colleagues. What is it you love or you fell in love with about the person you are in love with? When you look at the woman, what do you see? Wana marago, wana rupakile. Are you falling in love with the attributes tsa gagwe? Do you sexualize this person? Do you objectify the person? Do you see a human being or you see a woman in there? Because if you see a woman, it's different to seeing a human being. Anybody can answer that. Maybe we'll begin to get to what the problems are. Let's hear.
Thank you very much, Brapet. Manje into sizoyenza so that sikwazi ukuthi, because at the end of the day we need to come up with a way forward. Sinizwile ukuthi ziningi izinto enizikhulumayo and we'll come back to you. But nje Baba Mdlalose, njengoba benibazwa abantu, nina nibona kanjani mhlawumbe ukuthi yini enokwenziwa ukaddressa lezi zinto eziba affectayo?
Ya ikhona into ebuhlungu Prof engiyizwayo la. Umfowethu khona begcina ukhulume ngesimilo, morals isimilo. Kodwa wayese uyangithinta njengomgcotshwa ukuthi Nkosi yami, uthi ingathi thina abagcotshwa sinendima ofuna siyidlala. Inkinga ikhona ke bobaba. Uzothi umama makaye esontweni nabantwana bayesonto kodwa wena ungeke esontweni. And that's not solving the problem. Ngoba phela uzothi njengoba uhleli la uyazi ukuthi wena uzohlala uthexele usibanibani uthi I'm alone, we can chat. And yena uhamba nani nabantwana wena awukho. Yiso lihle vele lelo esontweni kulapho kuyisizinda nesiphethu sokuthi sibe resuscitated. Kwake nama morals sibe regenerated. Kodwa ningaqhubi omama nabantwana ngamadolo bayesontweni ninanisana. Thuthi lokuqala lelo ngithi ngiyalithokozela and konke lokushiwoyo uNgomane uBrapet nawe mphathi wohlelo kuya endaweni eyodwa. In order for us to know who we are, where we stand, we ought to come back to our senses. I'll always say that. We need to come back to our senses, realizing ourselves, who am I? And then the mirror will tell you who you are.
Thank you very much. Any response?
I would like to respond to the second speaker especially. I think that going forward we need to realize that there is a burden of responsibility on each and every one of us. Each and every one of us as men in our communities, we've got a responsibility to speak up. We've got a responsibility to educate. We've got a responsibility to take young men and to raise them up as real men and not as abusers. We need to raise up our youth. I think that's the biggest thing we need to learn as men, is we need to raise up our young people for a more positive future and a more positive way forward.
Thank you very much. Prof Mdlalose ukhulume izinto eziningi naye wabala amasonto, but namhlanje siyazi ukuthi amasonto aya-accuswa nawo ukuthi enze cover up when it comes to gender-based violence. So kuningi sokonakele kwindawo ehlala kuzo. Babuncube uBrapet kunombuzo awubuzile. Mhlambe unganayo into mhlambe onokuyibeke nawe. Njengosiyazi ukuthi kune program oyiqhubayo. Sometimes nivuka ekseni ngabo 6 nihlanganisa amadoda about 200. Mhlambe ikhona experience onokusharela yona.
Okay.
Masebenzise la microphone.
Oh, all right. So, bengithi ngibonga abanikazi bohlelo. Thank you so much for your program le. It's very helpful and I think it's taking us in the right direction. Kulaba abaqeda kuphawula bengithi what you've said is quite relevant from all directions. And from where I sit as a man representing what is men, I think the most important thing that we need to take out of our system as men is that power hunger. We are so much hungry for power, and we think that's the ultimate of success, or an ultimate definition that will make you be known as a man. So in that way, power ingeke akusiza ngalutho. So into yokuqala, you need to realize that you were made in the image of God as a man. And you were made in the image of God as a woman, right? So nonke niyafana. It's just that delegation uNkulunkulu ayinikeza indoda ingabe iphakeme from a perspective of ukuthi he is a steward. So inkinga yamadoda ukuthi once beshada ingane yomuntu bacabanga ukuthi they own that person. And that's not the case. A person is owned by God, not even their own parents. When you pay that lobola, it's just an exchange of your relationship and giving you that responsibility to look after that person. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Kunobaba Phamsi Sandla, but u raise something very important, and kudali raise no Brapet wakwa raise kwenye platform sithanda ikhundla. Instead of fixing land okuthiwa masifixe silwa ngo-chairperson no-secretary isikhathi siyahamba lena into ekusuppose yayilwa siyilwa masivale inkqubo yethu ngizocela nje ama-guest 30 seconds nje kuvala ukuthi what do we do ngale tension ekhona in our society between men and women. Brapet.
I think what we need to do is for Majita to have a conversation with yourself. We are very good at talking to Amanya Majita about our problems. Wow. Have a conversation with yourself. You know the devil inside you. You know what is it that aches you, that makes you unhappy. Have that conversation. Change begins with you. I cannot change Ujasi or Bongane Ngomane when myself I'm conflicted. And we have a tendency to want to sound right as a Majita. And yet, you must have that personal conversation with yourself.
Thank you so much, Baba Ngomane.
Thanks, Prof. Mina into engayisho ukuthi singamadoda futhi umphakathi, let us spend more time nabafana abancane. can invest on the boy child, we'll have a better future. If next session, I will say, Prof, amadoda maweze nabafana babo, so that they learn these things, they can live these things. Bangacabanga ukuthi fiction masiphatshela.
Thank you so much. That's comment.
Ngithokoze Professor ngalesi sikhathi osinika sona. Madoda ngizothi mina masingayiphethi lembenge. Ngithi nje lokhu nje kuseyisiqalo. Kodwa ngiphatheka kabi ngoba mina ngiqhamuka ezweni labantu. Ngingathithi njoba sila namhlanje lamadolobha amanye mawahanjelwe mphathi wohlelo. Ngoba manje lamadoda engiwabona wona ngiwabona esevuthiwe kulento. Kodwa bakhona abanye abasayidinga ukuthi nabo bakwazi ukutshota kulo kwesikole. Okwamanje ngingathi nje mina this is the beginning malahambe elamadoda.
That's comment.
Yes, I think based on the last comments that was made from the audience, I think we must realize that our families, our sons, our daughters, our wives, the women in our lives, they are a gift from God. So let us live with gratitude. Let us really, really appreciate them with all that we've got, and then we'll move forward.
Thank you so much. Inkqubo yethu ke ifikelele esiphelweni. Thank you so much ngokuza kwenu. Masiphinde futhi siqhubeke next week, same time, same place. Madoda.